A midweek 2X? Polarium's getting desperate. Hello, everyone. Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends. I am back from vacation, and I am here to pull some shards. We have the purple glowing portal over here, and if we go take a look, we have a 2X and, of course, a 10X boost for Odin. Now, Odin can't be pulled normally at the moment. He eventually will be able to pull after October. He'll go back into the normal pool. But right now, he is a unique champion you cannot pull otherwise. And he's a really good champion. So I would like a copy of him. And with the upcoming Thor fusion, I definitely took a look and see how many shards I have. I've got tons of mystery shards if I need to boost with mystery shards. I've got a ton of ancient shards. 60 should be enough if I'm pulling ancients. I've got almost 20 sacred shards as well. I am not really worried about shards missing the fusion on my alt, and my main is in a similar situation. I don't have as many sacreds, but I have more ancients. So with that, I figured, you know what? 2x purple, 2x voids, it's worth pulling on. So I've got my industrial sized Pepsi right here. Ooh, Pepsi. It should hopefully bless us. It blessed us on this account before with some mythicals. So I'm hoping 28 here should be good. I'm actually getting close to Mercy on my alt. I am not close to Mercy on my main. But we will give this a try and see how this goes. I have enough space on this account. We've got 28 here to pull. So we will do 8 singles. Let me open up my consumable Pepsi, and we will get started. Now, obviously, I'll take just about any Void Legendary because they're all pretty good, but we're looking for Odin here. Although I will not complain about Yumiko's, Taurus's, Marichka's, Narcissus, you know, some of the good ones. And honestly, to be fair, it would actually be good to get a couple of epics as well. Oop, I'm doing my dailies here. Nope. And again, I really don't advise doing this unless you've got enough spare shards or are possibly willing to open your wallet and spend. So if you are trying to get through, save for the fusion is going to be more important than getting Odin on this particular event. So haven't pulled an epic yet. That's kind of unfortunate. Dilgal, he's not too bad. He can do some damage for you. All right, so we are 8 shards in, and we are 8 rares in. So probably I'm being a little stingy, but let's go for the 10 pulls. Let's go. Come on, Polarium. I'm watching you. Let's get some of that content creator luck that's people complain about. Let's go. There's a Broadmaw, not super exciting. There's a Sylar. I really, really like Sylar. Sylar has certainly been power crept in the general meta, but Sylar is a great, great control champion for early to mid game. Madam Saris also been power crept a little bit with Sheep, but should be good with the new pinpoint set. Just to go into Sylar quickly, because I used to use her a lot in Arena back in my early days of my main account. She's got a decreased speed and decreased turn meter by 40%, 4-turn cooldown, and it's a place, so she doesn't actually have to hit, so she cannot weak hit. Not that she can weak hit because she's void anyway, but not having to hit means you can't worry about other things that could interfere with this as well. Obviously, this was pre-Stone Skin, so Stone Skin certainly makes this a little less useful. But overall, this was a great control ability along with a speed booster to run with as well. This was not quite as exciting, decreased accuracy, but it is an AoE, as is this A1. So you build her in a stun set, you build her super fast and super accurate, and she can not only throw some decreased speed and some turn meter reduction, but then she gets a bunch of stuns out as well as the turn meter control you can get with some of the benefits of masteries on the A1. Overall, she was a great champion for Doom Tower, and actually very, very useful in Arena until some of the end game when you finally get past needing a champion like that, or getting a champion that's a little more well-rounded for Arena specifically than Sylar. But you could certainly do worse than building a Sylar. Definitely very good. She does have a Faction War speed increase as well. Good for Dark Elves. But again, Sylar is not what we're looking for. We're looking for legendaries. So let's go see if we can get a legendary. Gold, 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 gold. That's not gold. Oop, there is a Beardall Fellhammer. least the 2X seems to be on, so that's good. That is a Basher. Basher is very solid. If you are missing a lockout champion, he's got this increased cooldown of all target skills by 2 turns. So he effectively is an epic with some lockouts of the Yumikos and the Warlords. So it's only 2 turns, so it basically adds 1 turn to cooldowns and everything else. But again, if you're looking for progression and you're looking for lockout champions, Basher is a great champion. He can actually do some decent damage too. He's not a bad champion to build. So nothing super exciting. Tree Shield Knot's a good rare, but again, we're looking for legendaries. So I will be right back on my main account, and we'll get pulling there. Alrighty, so we've got room on my main. As I mentioned, I've got 14 Sacreds here and 100 Ancients, so don't have as many. I had 19 on the alt, in case you couldn't see, because apparently I'm in the way. And we are working on getting Ancients, and we're working on getting Sacreds for the event, so having those two are fine. I've got plenty of Mystery Shards if I need to do something gross as pulling about a Mystery Shards. Honestly, for Thor, I probably would actually suffer through that, so that's not a problem. Heck, I even have some Primal Shards if I really need to, but I'd like to save those for the 2Xs. So let's get to these 31 Voids. We'll pull the one single right here, and we'll get the Legendary and be done with it, right? Nope, just an Epic. That is a Prundar, not really a champion I have found any particular use for. And let's go for the 10 pulls. Pepsi, bless us. Not a sponsor. Paragon, absolutely amazing for Sand Devil. Generally good to have on the account and build at least a 5-star. If you can build a 6-star, that's great. But early on, 5-star should be fine. Kafaru is okay. I'm not super familiar with him because I've not had a need to use him, but he's got some decent utility if I recall from his kit. Let's actually check him out. 50% chance of transferring 1 random debuff from this champion to the target. That's not bad. It books up to a 70% chance. Attacks all enemies before attacking removes 1 random debuff from all allies. That's actually not too bad. Damage increased by 5% per debuff. Again, not too bad. And heals by this champion's max HP of debuffs removed on them. So that's actually pretty good. Even if he doesn't do a lot of damage, the utility of this is actually decent. And then Unkillable buff on this champion and Taunt buff on them for 2 turns. Unkillable for 1 can be used basically for some control. Not amazing, but not too bad. And then he decreased the damage all allies receive by 10%. This champion received that damage instead. So he's constantly taking some damage too. So that's actually combined. Decent kit for some survivability. Could be useful in Faction Wars. I don't see a major spot where he's going to be the champion to use anywhere. But for progression, not too bad. So let's get some, hopefully some empowering epics at least. But let's get a rare. Let's get some gold. Let's see Odin there. Come on. Ostrix, not super exciting. Genbo Dishonored, Whisper. Woo, Whisper's good. Sawai Firstborn, okay. I could certainly use some Whispers, Genbo, and a Man-Eater. That's awesome. I can empower one of my Man-Eaters. I got to be careful about doing that because I don't want to redo my Bat-Eater too much, but, I'll figure it out. Man-Eaters are great, and I use my Bat-Eater, so definitely empower one of them. Whispers, well worth empowering. She's a great. Ostrox, again, one of the newer Voids. I think he's a Reviver. I don't remember. No, he is not a Reviver. That's right. He's unique because he was the first Void Epic in Undead, because for the longest time they didn't actually have one. So he's got heals allies, chance of transferring random debuffs from this champion to the target. Seems familiar. This is a 100% chance, though, so that's nice. Attacks all enemies. If 3 or few enemies alive, has a chance of putting up block buffs. If there's more enemies, has a chance of putting block buffs for 3 turns. Interesting. That's right. He's useful in Hydra from an epic if you're looking for block buffs. And then removes 1 random debuff from all allies and places increased accuracy buff on them for 2 turns. Okay. And then whenever an enemy attempts to place a debuff, this champion has 20% chance to reflect it back on the attacker. It's not too horrible. Could be used in Hard Dragon if you're struggling to get somebody to reflect poisons back, but it's only on him and it's only a 20% chance, so it's not as good as it could be. He's got an okay kit. Nothing that screams must be used, though. But hey, I got 5 epics on this pull. I am not going to complain too much. Let's get that legendary. Let's go. That is not starting out too well. The Cold Heart. Cold Hearts are awesome. Unfortunately, we cannot empower Cold Hearts. Andracia is pretty decent. She's a budget Necrit. And, yep, we have been scammed. So let this be a lesson to you. Probably not a great time to be pulling shards, but, you know, I had the shards to pull, and Odin is one of the champions I felt was worth going for, so I went for it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this at least. Appreciate you guys sticking around, and until the next time, I'm Bront CatHerder.